met a gypsy.
And the tracks. I mean, look at Unadilla back when I raced it, and now look at Unadilla now. They ruined it. They ruined it, and it's so much more dangerous because it's so fast. Back in my day, and also, you know, Wardy and that stuff, when Unadilla was Una-fucking-Dilla, when it was 3 foot of grass, dude, that track was so rough and choppy, you couldn't get speed up. And that's what I want to see. I want to see a national like that. And I'll put my word on it right now. I'll put my money on it right now. There will never be an American that ever makes it in Europe again, unless he goes over there from a young age and lives there. Never. Because the tracks are too tough. They're too difficult. The lifestyle is too difficult over there with their practice tracks. There's no way an American will ever make it over there unless he goes over there from a young age and becomes Europe. It's plain and simple, because these practice tracks, no way. Especially in Southern California, no way. They will never prepare you for any GP ever put on the calendar.
How much GP experience did you have? Pardon my ignorance on that.
I did 2 years GPs, three donations.
Yeah,
you know, stuff like that.
Yeah, so, I thought you'd done a couple seasons over there, because you are 100% right. So Jed Beaton is a really good mate of mine, right? And he has gone over to Europe, and I think he's one of the dudes that's done it really well. Like, he's really embraced Europe, because what you said is so true. Like, it's really hard to go over there as an American or as an Australian, quite similar cultures, like in terms of just how we generally operate, the language and shit like that. But to go over there, there's like this immersion that you have to do. You almost have to like give up everything that you thought you knew. Like, you have to give up a lot of those attachments and embrace Europe, because it's so different. It's so challenging, and it's you have to face so much more than like just motocross. And it was crazy. So we had Jed on the show like ages ago, and we joked about I want to go to Lommel and do a 30-minute moto and just suffer. Like, I'm not allowed to pull off. Yeah. And me and my mate Sam, just to like show like how fucking hard that would be for the average human. So anyway, Jed puts up this video of him riding Lommel, and like, I just went, dude, you are such a fucking G. Like, it is so sick to see you just out there pounding out laps at just this beat as fuck Lommel. I was like, it's so sick to see that you're getting comfortable. And he wrote back and he's like, I am not comfortable. but he's just embracing it. You know,
because he probably had he probably had Hurlings go by him at 10 seconds a lap, you know, faster. So, but no, it's true. You know, for me, when I went to Europe, it wasn't a big deal. It was easy for me, because what was I doing? I was racing a motorcycle. Everything else didn't matter to me. Didn't give a shit where I lived. Didn't give a shit what was going on around me. I was racing a motorcycle. Didn't matter where it was, because dirt's dirt. A race is a race. A starting gate's a starting gate. So that's what I could never figure out, is how people struggled so much going over there. Oh, what's this? The tracks. No, the tracks is dirt. You just learn to ride it better. But what's happening is back in my day, the tracks weren't so pampered and manicured as they are now. So again, actually, in my day, the tracks in America were way rougher than the tracks in Europe.
Really?
Now it's the other way around. Oh my God, they're so much more rough. So much more rough, because they would never dig them up. They would never rip them. They wouldn't do anything. They'd just put water on it. And so they would have like a little bit of fluff, and they wouldn't get super rough unless you went to the sand tracks. Then when I was over there, I was talking about preparation and this and that, and about, you know, lines and things. And then they started digging them things up, and then they have a track crew come out, and now they made their tracks the way they are, and they're they're rougher than ours. But what I'm gonna say is, it's not that the Europeans are faster than us, and it's not that the Americans are slower than the Europeans. The way the Europeans have been faster than the Americans is when the conditions have gotten so tough that we don't have the skills to ride as fast as they do. That's the only thing. You get what I'm saying? If the track, because both races that we went to the last 2-3 years have been muddy, and that's where they're skilled at. When I worked for Glenn Goldenhoff when I was in Holland, there's a couple times I said, "This is normal?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is every day. You don't ride if you don't do it." We went to a track with 0 degrees. It was fucking snowing. There was, I swear, on three corners, there was probably 2 foot of water. The sand was 2 foot deep, and there was 10 of the top GP guys out there doing motos. You get what I'm saying? And they say, yeah, well, if you don't ride, you don't ride. This is normal for us. And so my favorite thing in Holland was a fucking seat heater because it was so cold, you know?
Yeah.
But I saw that and I'm like, there's no way one American would have been out there that was an amateur or anything trying to make a pro career.
Yeah.
No. So what happened is we've become domesticated here with kind of the with how we look at racing. If it rains here, they cancel it. You know, they this, they that. It's like you're not setting riders up to be pros. You're not setting riders up to make a living in it, because once you get up there, they don't cancel shit like that. You know? And so just a change, the times have changed. So I don't think, that's happened. It's just that we've been in conditions that they're better in. If we had a dry track, well, then it would probably be the same, because there's no way that you're saying Hurlings, and no way you're saying Geiser is faster than Tomac, and there's no way you're saying Tomac's faster than them. Everybody's at the same level now. You know what I mean? Everybody's at the same level, but they ride motocross so much more than us. And we ride supercross so much more than them. So we have become supercross skilled, and they're motocross skilled just by listening to bikes. If you listen to bikes when they're riding outdoors, our guys are so much more violent with the gas. You listen to Europeans, they're so much more gentle with gas. And where's that coming from? Supercross. Always riding motocross. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I think this transition that the Europeans have gotten maybe a little bit more skilled outdoors or faster than us, just because our whole concern is on supercross. So over here, more concerned if it's on supercross. So, they're faster than us. Oh, they are? They're better than us. Oh, they are? Well, then let's go ride supercross. You know what I'm saying? So there's that comparison. To me is just stupid. It's really stupid. You know, I say, is Cairoli faster than Tomac, or is Roxon faster than Prado? Not European against American. That's just stupidity. I like to compare the riders, not where you live. Well, just because you live in Italy, you're going to be better than a guy in America, or just because you live in America, you're going to be better than a guy in France. No, you're just a better rider. But that's just the way kind of the sport looks at it. They always have to have a compare, we're better than you, instead of like, no guys, we're a whole big fucking family. You know what I mean? You have the same passion and the same desire and the same motivation and the same interests as I do. But it doesn't matter that you live in Zimbabwe and I live in America, or that you only can get out of second gear and I was one of the fastest. It doesn't freaking matter, man. We love to ride a motorcycle.
You just finished watching a clip from the full 3-hour podcast. You're on our Clips channel. The full podcast live on the Gypsy Tales podcast channel. It's linked right here. Go over to that channel. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, and make sure you never miss a full episode of the Gypsy Tales podcast. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, you want to watch it on the go, you can also head to our iTunes or Spotify to get the full 3-hour podcast in audio format.
I met a gypsy.